The latest health alert. Is a daily dose of aspirin dangerous?
What are the risks you worry about?
Then, Billy Bush, one-on-one.
I went into a solid depression.
Opening up about bouncing back from scandal.
You cannot control events. You can only control how you react. And I reacted really poorly.
Plus, the dish crew is serving up the cheesiest chicken roll-ups.
Yum, yum, yum.
All new Oz.
Now lift the pillow close to my face.
Are you ready for season 11? I've been thinking a lot about this medicine cabinet staple, right? Almost everybody has little aspirin around the house, right? Whopping 29 million people take a daily aspirin every day. And new studies say aspirin might lower your risk for pancreatic cancer. And for years, I've been recommending it to help prevent heart attacks. So why is this little old pill causing such a big controversy right now? Today, we're investigating the Big Aspirin Debate. The new evidence that's making me change my mind. That's right, I've changed my mind about aspirin. So here's what you need to know about taking a daily aspirin. Couture is joining us. She has a headache from all the recent headlines. And no surprise, low-dose aspirin linked to bleeding in the skull. Doesn't sound so good. And then daily aspirin behind more than 3,000 deaths a year, which is a lot of deaths for something that's supposed to be there to help you out. Doctors warn daily aspirin use could be dangerous. And this is really the big headline that I'm taking away from this. What do you think about all these?
So I've been seeing it all over the news. It's been freaking me out. I have a family history of health disease. I have a history of blood clots. I've had them 3 times, and I don't know what to do. I take them sometimes, I don't want to get a brain bleed.
So you have a family history of heart disease?
Heart disease, yes.
Got it. Have you ever had a heart problem?
No, I've had blood clots. I've had 3 DVTs.
Okay, so it's out there. You've heard about it, you're thinking about it. Let's clear up something for you. Let's talk about aspirin itself. It's been around for a long time. They actually had it in ancient Greece. That's how far back our knowledge of it goes. It was first used to reduce fevers. And there's a bunch of reasons why it might help, but one of the ones everyone talks about is the fact that it seems to prevent heart attacks and strokes by reducing the ability of blood to clot. All right, so for example, let's just say there's a blood vessel in your heart like this, right? And you've got a little blood here. Let's do this together. Okay. You pour that in there, and it's sort of, oh, it's like syrupy, right? Sort of thick. Yeah, now, what aspirin does, instead of being thick that slowly allows the blood to move along and sometimes allows it to clot, imagine if you took aspirin and you took your aspirin. What does the aspirin do to your blood? Well, it's pretty simple. It thins it, right? And it thins it more or less in different people. It doesn't frankly matter because it thins it enough that for most folks, if you take that same problem and you put it in this new scenario, you see how it pours out? It doesn't get stuck like it used to.
Right.
That's the theoretical benefit. That's why we think it can help reduce heart attacks. That stated, it's great if it's only helping, but it's not so great if it's causing problems, as those headlines indicated. So you stay tuned. We'll talk to a friend of mine, because there are some risks. And they've been buzzing around these risks for a long time. They bring in my good friend, oncologist Dr. David Agus, who knows everything about these things. So for decades, at least I have been saying, take aspirin for just about everybody who's at risk for a heart attack. I was taking aspirin, and I don't really have big-time risks for any of these problems. But it seemed to make so much sense. What's the harm? So why are doctors now considering different advice?
Well, if there's not a lot of risk, there's not a lot of benefit. And we know aspirin's a blood thinner, and you can bleed. So you hit your head, you've got an upset stomach, and you get an ulcer, they can bleed, and that's real side effects. The counter, though, the data are dramatic for heart disease and cancer in the right patients.
So great if you do it the right way, but there are complications. So it
No
can't
question.
be carte
And
blanche.
those headlines are, glamorized, right? They're made to be enormous. 3,000 cases of patients who have bled and died on aspirin. Well, many of the reasons they bled had nothing to do with aspirin, but they're associated. If I walked down the street and said, everyone who's wearing an extra large shirt is obese, I would say extra large shirts may cause obesity. Probably not the case if you think about it.
Right.
So we have to be a little bit careful on the headline and look at the actual data.
Right, so very specifically, what are the risks you worry about?
So the risk you worry about bleeding, right? If you get a cut, if you get trauma, you can bleed. The second is if you have an upset stomach or a condition like an ulcer, it can cause that to bleed. And the third is if you have a bleeding disorder. So if you're known to not be able to clot well, you probably shouldn't be on an aspirin.
Right, so if you have high blood pressure, does it increase the chance you might bleed in your head, for example?
It certainly could, but it could also prevent stroke and heart disease associated with high blood pressure. So you play off the good and the bad, and it's a decision based on numbers.
All right, so we put our heads together. We
Yes.
ran the numbers for you. Who should be taking aspirin right now? All right. There's a studies. Come on over. They're based on millions of people, right? And their experience, but also the fact that there are millions of people who are taking it who probably shouldn't. So let's put it all together.
And many people at the counter who should be taking and who aren't.
All right. So let's get it straight now. Y'all ready? I really ask you to do this. Just take 1 minute now. I'm going to give you the answer with Dr. Agus. Okay, first off, have you ever had a heart attack? Why is that important?
Well, because what we know is by thinning the blood or by blocking inflammation, the other big mechanism in aspirin, it can prevent second heart attacks.
All right, so if you have had a heart attack and your doctor prescribed this for you, no matter what your age, you keep taking the aspirin, okay? Next, if you're between the ages of 40 and 70 and run through these for us.
High blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, if you're a smoker, and if you have a family history of somebody in your family who had a heart disease under the age of 70, you're at higher risk. Higher risk means you may have this, so you want to prevent it. If you're low risk, the chance of having these a heart attack or a stroke is small, so you probably shouldn't be on aspirin given the risk.
All right, so again, 40 to 70, any of these 5 risk factors which predict you might be having a problem with the heart, then you might pay attention. Now, who should not be taking aspirin? Because this is one of the beautiful things about this. Maybe some of you aren't, you shouldn't be taking it.
Listen, if there were no side effects, every person in the country should take it. But because there are side effects, the bleeding that we talked about is those people with the risk of bleeding in the stomach, stomach upset, the people of a bleeding disorder shouldn't be taking aspirin. If everybody in the country who should take aspirin did and not, in 20 years, we'd have 900,000 excess people alive, and we would save $700 billion in healthcare costs.
All right.
This little bottle is magic in the right patient, but the counter is, if you don't have risks, you shouldn't be doing it.
So if you're going to take it, you want to take it the right way to reduce some of those complications.
Yes.
How do you have your family take their aspirin?
They take it orally.
Okay.
That was a joke, by the way.
The other option is not so much fun.
So you want to take your aspirin with a nice warm glass of water, and you want to take it, I normally do it regular. So I do it at night before I go to bed. I take my aspirin. I take it every night. I go into Amazon and I buy a bottle of 365. So at the end of the year, I feel I've accomplished something, and I actually...
if the bottle's empty.
I finish the bottle,
Right.
yeah.
Big glass of warm water, and this seems to help.
Yep.
Right. If you're going to take your aspirin, do it the right way. Follow some of these instructions. Super simple. You go to DrOz.com and get a copy of the aspirin checklist. You can share it with the friends and people that you care about. You might be saving their lives. Coming up, another big aspirin headline. Could aspirin be the next best hope for pancreatic cancer? You'll be surprised. Stick around.
Inside the scariest house on the block.
There's definitely a lot of energy over there.
I hear footsteps coming up behind me.
And what we uncover
You feel chairs moving somewhere in the house?
will shock you. Plus,
How do you get into ghost hunting?
see where this team goes
It's getting colder right now.
that most wouldn't dare.
The car just moved.
All New Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow.
We are back with a health alert on aspirin. Can it help prevent one of the most deadly diagnoses out there? And I've been thinking a lot about pancreatic cancer recently. My friend and legendary TV host, Alex Trebek, who has stage 4 pancreatic cancer, revealed that he's going through chemo again. And Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg also said she underwent treatment for a cancerous tumor discovered on her pancreas. So let me bring back in my good friend, oncologist Dr. David Agus. It's the 3rd leading cause of cancer death. You're a world expert in this. Why is it called the silent killer?
Because it's deep in the body. And when something's deep in the body, you can't feel it. And when symptoms happen, it's large and it's progressed. So we catch it at a late stage. If you had a breast cancer, women should be doing a breast exam every month, and you feel it. Yeah. Other cancers, skin cancer, you can see them. But a cancer that's invisible, and we don't have a blood test for, it presents late. And it's hard to treat a cancer after it's already spread.
How many of you, let me see your show of hands, know where your pancreas is pretty closely? Yeah, like 12 people plus Dr. Agus. Okay, so the pancreas is a mystery to a lot of us. So I thought I'd take you a little tour where it is, all right? So let's just use this little avatar. Deep inside your body, right, there is a pancreas, way inside here. You see that right there? All right, now, this complicated organ has two of the body's most important tasks. First off, it secretes enzymes into the intestines to help you digest food. That green stuff, right? Without that, guess what happens? Right? You can't break down that salmon you should have had for lunch into the fats, carbs, and proteins. Next, it regulates blood sugar by releasing the hormone insulin. Right? That's allowing you to regulate your blood sugar so the muscles can use all the energy that they need, right? They're regulating back and forth exactly the amount that it needs to secrete. Now, when you get pancreatic cancer, it looks like that. Right? That's not very pretty. Malignant cells multiply rapidly in the pancreas. They form a little ball. And that pancreas, as you see right under there, that little ball of tumor, which is not very attractive, is hard for us to see because it's hidden way back here, right through there, right? Now, Dr. Agus, the latest research suggests aspirin could be helpful. Which is surprising because most of us thought about it as helpful for heart disease, but 50% reduction, is that really possible?
That's wild. So it's 30% reduction in the death rate of all cancer, up to 50% in pancreatic cancer. And it's because it blocks inflammation. You know, Hippocrates, 2,400 years ago, said, you take the bark of the willow tree and chew it, pain and fever go away. That was the first description of aspirin, and now it's an elixir to prevent pancreatic cancer.
What else besides aspirin should everyone be doing right now to reduce the chance of getting pancreatic cancer?
Lean body mass. So if you can see this stomach area here, you see this, you're higher risk for pancreatic cancer. Exercise, don't smoke. And, you know, more than anything, it's, you know, live a good, healthy lifestyle that you talk about every day. Those things actually reduce pancreatic cancer risk.
They add up, and since it's the only thing you can do those things now. So in the meantime, here's what aspirin might be able to do to help out a little bit, okay? So you get all the healthy cells over here, right? And sometimes a bad cell can form. It's over there, right? It's known as cancer. Now, these bad cancer cells can multiply and eventually form a tumor. But when you take a daily aspirin, scientists think it can stop that one bad cancer cell from forming in the first place, ultimately preventing cancer from developing in the body. So, based on these earlier guidelines, all the things you know about, let me just suck this out of your brain. What would you do? Do you have your family take aspirin to reduce cancer?
We have a family history of heart disease and cancer, and I have an elevated cholesterol, so I take a baby aspirin every day, and so does my wife, who has the same. And so to me, a 30% reduction in the death rate of cancer, 50% reduction in what we call adenocarcinomas, breast, lung, pancreas, those are enormous. And so I do it because, unfortunately, I'm a cancer doc. I see the other side of cancer every day, and I'll do anything to prevent it.
Well, it's good enough for you. It's good enough for me. Dr. Agus.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Nice job. Thank you. Coming up, extra host Billy Bush is here to talk about his return to TV after 3 years away. We're happy to have you.
Thank you, Doc.
You're a beautiful man. Very beautiful.
Billy Bush has been hosting celebrity news shows since 2004. Now, after a controversial departure and 3 years away from TV, Billy's back in the anchor seat for the brand new Extra. Take a look.
Extra, extra.
Did you see me?
Oh, well, you look fine as hell.
Lizzo, I'm recently single. Call me. I mean, I don't know where this is going, but I mean, wow, this FaceTime can be fun. Lammers. Lizzo.
What is it?
Lizzo, how do you pick your dancers?
They come to me in miraculous, mysterious ways, like Jesus.
You need your own Netflix documentary like Beyonce.
Girl, we filming it now.
Please welcome Billy Bush. Oh my goodness, my friend. Come here. That is the longest walk in television, but no one's ever run the camera over before.
Oh, I go too fast for the camera. I was going right into him. By the way, I love that Lizzo clip. This is why my children now call Lizzo Mom.
Oh, my goodness.
Lizzo and I are very happy together.
Recently single.
Oh, my gosh. Can I start just by saying, look, when people go through something, and we all will go through something, you know, you don't know sometimes, do I reach out? Do I not reach out? Do I say something? Always say something. You, sir, are a good man and reached out to me intermittently throughout. We've always had a great time together on my shows, and you did. And it meant a lot to me, and I appreciate you very much.
God bless you.
Good man.
You know, I was looking over the emails that we exchanged over the last 3 years. They were touching to me. I learned a lot. And I think
were they dark to begin with and got increasingly lighter? Or?
Yes, I think that's a good way of describing it.
That's the process.
That is the process. And actually, the reason that I'm so honored you're here is I want you to share how you did it. How'd you get to where you are today? Hosting a great show on a great network that I know is going to do fabulous. I'm going to come visit you plenty.
Yes, I
You're
hope
just
so.
incredibly talented. You always have been. But it's your ability to bounce back that fascinates me.
Well, your friend and mine, Oprah Winfrey, when asked about her success, you know, she said it wasn't the little successes that led to the big success. It was the failures. And I think in my life I hadn't really ever had a great adversity of some kind. No, everything was just, you know, talking to celebrities, and next thing you know, you're on the Today Show and you're riding around the plaza, and isn't life grand? Yeah. And a little contract here, a new contract. Oh, they're giving me more money. This is incredible. I mean, like, wow. And then something happens, and it happens quickly. And I went into a solid depression, like a deep one, and terrible. Couldn't leave the house, for a while. And then I was talking to my brother, and I said, John, what do I do? He said, I'm paralyzed, like emotionally and mentally. I can't do anything. I can't get up. And he said, you gotta go to this place. And I went to this retreat called the Hoffman Process. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's in Northern California. And it was a tremendous, like taking paddles to the chest, you know, just jump-starting somebody, getting them back to
CPR.
To moving again. And I went to this place, and 9 days off the grid, no phones, and you're with 39 other people, experiential stuff, and that got me going again. And then I've been reading Stoic philosophy a lot. This is good stuff. It's going back to Epictetus and Seneca and Marcus Aurelius 2,000 years ago.
Explain Stoicism and why it's so popular in America. This is a huge movement. If you haven't heard about it, you will. At least you heard about it today.
Yeah.
Why is it so popular in our country?
Because these are the tenets of life. And one of the big ones is you cannot control events. There are things, natural disasters, illness of a spouse, or whatever it is, something terrible is going to happen, and you can only control how you react. And I reacted really poorly to my predicament. I just wasn't prepared. I think I was a sheltered kind of person, and we all kind of screw up. We're just human beings. We're flawed. We're wired for good and bad.
Has the humbleness that I'm sensing from you, which we all should gain in our lives, because if we do things, we're going to make mistakes and gain from them. Does that humbleness also make you a kinder host?
Yes, I care about my guests. I mean, I care about, when doing a story, it's on my mind. Is this hurt somebody, and is it necessary? These kinds of questions matter to me.
My mother-in-law, who refuses to come on this show, by the way, maybe she'll come on Extra. If you try, please invite her.
Why not?
She says there are 2 rules of life. The first is try to be kind, and the second rule is it's always possible to do rule number 1.
Yeah, it's always possible.
To do rule number 1.
Amazing.
And we should challenge ourselves to that, because the mob mentality is hurting our country big time.
Sure is.
And it's not just superstars, it's everybody, in every which way. From the time you can text someone to the moment you take your last breath. Let's speak a tiny bit about your past, way past. You started on Extra, actually, 2001, if I get it right, with a woman that I know quite well.
Yeah.
Your executive producer at the time gave you a start, but you didn't get along.
No, she was looking, it was convention time, she was looking for a Bush. And I thought she was looking for the great radio host that I was in Washington, D.C., Billy Bush, the great, because she knew that I had a personality, and so she's like, and Bush's nephew is here. And I went, oh no, man, she's just using me. So I called her up and she goes, hey, you were great. We'll use you tomorrow. I said, I'm not coming back. I said, I'm going to go to the trenches and I'm going to do this the long way. So I went to local television and started working my way up and eventually, obviously, Access Hollywood and then the Today Show, oh so briefly.
The ability to even laugh about it.
Oh,
is
you have
such
to. You have to. And it takes a while, but you're there when you can.
Yeah, that's right.
But now we're back with Lisa G, and we're doing a whole new revamp it looks nothing like what the entertainment genre, which has been around for a long time, it just needs change.
It sure does.
And we've done that.
So your family's important to you. What do your 3 daughters think about their dad be back on TV every day?
They're very happy I'm going back to work because me with a lot of time on my hands is just bad. I'm a nuisance.
So what are they going to see when they watch you on the new Extra?
They're going to see their dad in his element, hopefully, bringing some warmth and some laughter into homes with famous people, addressing the issues and real news as I should, but with a compass inside about who that person is and what's going on in their life. And I think it's going to be good. It's not, won't be fluff, but it'll be fun.
So part of what I see when I look at you is not just an energy that's fantastic, but a person who's super healthy. And I know it doesn't just come from studying stoicism. So coming up, Billy's revealing the smoothie that's the key to giving him an extra jump start in his day. You will want to take this, steal it, and use it. Stay with us.
Every day.
Next time. I'm back with the host of the brand new Extra, Billy Bush. He's back on TV after 3 years away, and he says drinking his extra green smoothie every morning is the key to getting through the day. Did you discover this?
No, I asked a woman who is a plant-based nutritionist, and she said keep it simple, and she gave me these ingredients, and I've been doing it every morning.
All right, so what do you guys got? Apples?
So we got green apple.
Green apple.
Important, it's green apple. I guess not too sweet. A Persian cucumber. Not the regular, Persian. And half an avocado and some spinach, ice water, you're done, okay? Is there more nutrition in the core? Because what I do is I get rid of the core, but should I keep it?
Well, it's not as easy to eat, and it's not that much more nutrition, but there's nutrition in the seeds in the core. But that's just fine. That's what I would do.
So these guys come in like that, boom, 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 okay? Duck, and then we get the cucumber going. Let's get that in there, boom. We need some, boom.
Throw it at the heck. And then spinach?
Spinach, nice big handful.
All right. And then, so now it's 5 minutes later.
Emerald says bam, I say boom. Okay, boom. Okay. wait. No, Doc, you just need to slow down.
Such a persnickety person.
Okay, there's the ice, and let's get a little agua here, okay?
I'm not actually going to mix this. We don't have 20 minutes.
Here we go. Okay, so then that would go ba-boom. There we go, this way.
That's good enough. That's good enough. Let's just pretend, through the magic of television.
I like to do everything thoroughly.
Now what did you do? You broke my blender.
This is
what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
And I just fixed it.
So let's taste it, see if it's good.
Simple.
It tastes like life.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly. You don't need that little extra sugar kick. No. This is the ground. This is the earth coming up on you.
So I did a little homework on your extra green. Little vodka?
Little vodka in there, just occasionally.
It could. I listened to Billy.
On Fridays.
You mentioned the cucumber, and you were persnickety about it. Persian cucumbers have something called cucurbitacin, which means you actually get less burping. Imagine burping. Yes.
Now I've heard it. That's not true.
You heard it right here.
It's an anti-burping thing?
Yes. No. Regular cucumbers make you burp. Right?
And this is anti-burping.
Anti-burping. There you have it. Next time you walk on the set, you'll know that.
Wow.
But I have a little extra credit that I'm going to ship to you in L.A.
Oh.
This, my friend, is a little extra special ingredient. We'll make it extra green. It's algae.
Okay, so a fifth ingredient. This is awesome.
Spirulina. It comes in a powdered form. The fresh form is the kind that I like. Here.
Okay.
Give it a taste.
Do I eat the whole thing?
Well,
put it in there, or do I eat it?
Well, you should just eat. You know what? Let's just eat it. Are we up for eating this?
Yeah, let's eat this.
The Aztecs did this. Put a little green. Ready? 3, 2.
Oh, Doc.
It tastes like mud. Here, I saved some of the towel for you. It tastes like mud. Don't spill mine. No, I got some of...
Oh, now I'm wearing it.
Now he's wearing it. All right, listen.
Okay, thank you, doctor. It was wonderful.
Try the powdered version. It has been an honor. I am so proud of you. I wish you the best of luck. Now, he's speechless. You get the recipe for Billy's Extra Green Smoothie at DrOz.com. Extra it airs weekdays throughout the country. Check your local listings. Are you sure? Billy Bush, the best. Be right back. Today on the Dish on Us, it's Winner Chicken Dinner.
We're putting a new spin on everyone's weeknight meal. From the bird to the side, you choose.
It's coming up.
If there's one thing that brings us all together, it's food. So we're calling everyone to the table to dish on everything. From the latest food hacks and trends to everyday recipes you can make for dinner tonight.
It's simple, it's celebratory, and most of all, it's about having a great time in the kitchen.
What is going wrong?
I'm trying to help.
Let's dish.
Welcome to the Dish on Us. So Julia Child famously said that the real test of a great chef is perfectly roasted chicken. By the looks and the smell of this, guess what? You got Daphne, Vanessa, Gina, and Jamaica all being great chefs today. Daphne, welcome back from maternity leave.
Happy to be back.
Oh my goodness, tell us, what have you been up to? We
Before that, I want to hear what's on the menu because I got to go help a little bit here.
Tell us first.
I've been there while she's been recovering.
I thought I was the one who was scatterbrained today. All right, it's winner chicken dinner. If you couldn't tell, we got chicken of all kinds coming up with teams today. From the main attraction, of course, to the sides. You can put all of your eggs in this basket because we've got you covered. We're making a side like our delicious creamed spinach with garlic and herb breadcrumbs. So good. We've got the ultimate loaded mashed potatoes. I'm excited about those. And we, of course, are starting with the bird herself, a cheesy chicken roll-up dish that's soon to be your family's favorite.
All right, so I'm going to get working on the potatoes, some of the side dishes. You guys play amongst yourselves.
Okay.
We'll do. We'll play nice.
So, guys, this is like the first time I've gotten dressed in about 8 weeks, which is exciting.
How are you
really
feeling?
exciting. I feel good. I feel really good. Thank you. So Gigi, our baby, she's 8 weeks old this week. She looks a lot like my
just like Daddy.
But isn't it weird how little babies, their faces change all the time? I feel like I'll look at her one day and she looks like my side of the family. I'll look at her another day, she looks like my husband. So. But I will say, our family, we have one recipe. All my kids look exactly the same. It's hilarious. And I have to say, a lot of my girlfriends who are thinking about having more kids, they're like, how is 4 different than 3 or 2? I maintain, and you have 4, so you can weigh in on this.
You're caught up.
1 to 2 was the hardest for me because 1, you're like kind of just going with the flow and trying to figure it out. You think you have it sorted, you think you're the expert, then you introduce 2, and it's a whole new ball game. It's like going to 10. And then from that point on, it's been kind of like adding animals at the zoo. It just gets a little louder and a little crazier. But,
Yeah, I heard an Irish saying, just throw the potato on the fire.
Well, that's right. But this is my oldest. This is Philomena. And I will say, the cutest thing to me about this round of introducing new baby, this is her nursing her doll.
She said, I'm a mommy too.
She's getting ready.
I'm a mommy too.
And that maternal instinct has just come out in her in a way that never did with the other kids. It's been really wonderful to see that. With the first baby, I loved seeing my parents become grandparents, and I love seeing my kids become even better older siblings as we grow the brood. But enough about me, because I want some chicken dinner.
Yeah, all right. You gotta get some chicken.
I've been hungry. I've been waiting to see you all. And yeah, let's shake a tail feather and start on these cheesiest chicken roll-ups. We are going to make an assembly line. Keep it easy for busy moms. This is something that I'm really into right now. Gina, why don't you start us off? What do we start with?
We're going to start with some chicken breast. Yes. That I'm going to tenderize. And this is a good time to take out any frustration that you may have.
Watch out. Tenderize.
This is what that dress I bought 2 weeks ago and doesn't fit today. How dare you?
Flying chicken.
Go for it, girl.
And that's how you do the flat side of this tenderizer.
And
I
I'm
think
using the
that's
flat
important.
side, yes.
So that looks beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, so I have one here that is Gina's completely taken out all her aggression on.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So now we have the flattened chicken breast, and then we're going to start to layer it. And we just start building flavor. So I have here Dijon mustard. Now, if you all do not have Dijon mustard in your pantry, you are missing your life because it adds tanginess, saltiness, a little spice. And then we're going to layer in, you can use your sliced deli ham. We are using prosciutto. Keeping a little fancy there.
I like it.
And then we come with the cheese, of course.
The
and this
mozzarella.
we're using Gruyere. You can use Swiss, It gives you that nice little bite inside. You see how it's already, the flavors are coming alive, people. Do you see this?
And then the guar gives it a little nutty look.
I love that.
Yes, it does, it does.
And now here's a little trick to show you how to roll it up. And this is something I do love. Chicken breast, obviously, it's kind of lean. It can dry out very easily. Having that prosciutto and the cheese on the inside, and then, of course, that flavor boost from the Dijon makes this a very tasty, flavorful dinner that's not going to dry out for you. Here's a great tip, though. Have your saran wrap underneath and use that to tuck and roll, okay? So kind of like your sushi. You're tucking it there and then lift it back. Keep going. Give it a little tight squeeze again here. And here's the best part. Keeps your hands clean. Once you're rolled up, continue sealing the package and then give it a quick twist like this. This is something that I'm relying on big time right now. When you're gonna get your kitchen dirty, get your hands messy, make a bunch, pop that in the refrigerator overnight, and then you cook it up the next day. You save yourself a bunch of time, and that actually works to seal it even better, so it really holds itself together when it does come time to cook. The flavors all meld together. I love that.
Okay.
But we're not done. Vanessa, what do we do from here to
So if you
gild
want
the
to get
lily?
your hands dirty, like I'm about to do, you take it and you roll it in flour.
Step one.
Yum, yum, yum. Then you roll it in egg.
You got that beautiful manicure.
Oh, well. Here we go. And seasoned breadcrumbs. And then you pop it on the pan here.
And this is that classic breading: flour, eggs, breadcrumbs, February, if you're ever looking to remember.
And into the oven we go.
Rainy.
Do.
Sing into the oven.
Do we
You got things everywhere. She's like,
oh my God. Look.
Oh, she's got asbestos in.
I do. It's hot. Yum, yum, yum.
Wow.
Okay.
That was,
All
look at, wait, I'm
right.
sorry. Wait, come back for one second.
Golden,
Please look at
delicious
this cheese oozing
Look
out.
at
This
that.
is, oh my word.
I couldn't stay away. I got the potatoes, by the way. This is the.
That's not delicious.
So we're gonna save everything and put together a gorgeous meal all at the end of the show. So stay tuned to have us taste it and make sure it's delicious.
When we come back, we're putting my hard work to good use. The ultimate loaded potatoes that are a perfect match to this chicken dish. Take a look at this spoon spectrum. If your mashed potatoes are too dry, too wet, overmixed, or lumpy, hey, think of that. See all those different kinds of mashed potatoes? But if you wish they were perfect potatoes, well, you're going to want to pay attention because Vanessa Williams is about to show us her ultimate loaded mashed potatoes. They're the perfect size for your chicken dinner. Vanessa, dish the details.
Okay, these are the ultimate loaded mashed potatoes, and it's Thanksgiving time coming up, and this is my family's favorite. I do it every year, and they're garlic mashed potatoes with truffle salt.
Oh.
Yeah. Easy breezy, but always good. All right. So we've cooked our potatoes over here. Now we're ricing the potatoes, as you can see, Dr. Oz is ricing over there.
Yeah.
If this is a fancy show, so we're ricing. Normally, I cut them up and mash them myself.
I gotta tell you, they ask all the time. They're like, "What? You know, what's
Why
one kitchen?"
ricing?
Well, why ricing? But what's one kitchen gadget you can't live without? And this is one. This does get you those light, airy, perfectly smooth potatoes.
Right.
I have to say.
Yeah, they keeps the starch granules intact. Apparently, that's the scientific. Yeah, and they keep them light and airy.
Go on, Bill Nye.
Well,
you know everything.
Thank you very much. Now, a good tip is using hot cream. Now, I always thought it was cold cream and hot butter. Flip it. So use hot cream, and we're putting it in right here. We got some more. And then we have cold butter.
Yes.
Mine
Oh,
hands.
Get it in.
Thank
Gotcha,
you.
gotcha.
Boom, boom,
Get it.
boom.
Don't wanna
As you
miss
can see, I
anybody's
use my
butter.
hands a lot.
Hey.
So the melted butter is going to melt inside, but it doesn't separate, and it makes it really, really delicious.
Yeah, because you don't want to see the butters separating on the top is kind of floating.
Right.
That's when
Like an oil slick?
There you go. That's why you use the cold butter to go
Exactly.
in there.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Now, also, this is the regular garlic from a jar. You know, the jar garlic.
Minced garlic?
Yeah, minced garlic, and it's easy, and it's already chopped up for you, and your hands don't stink when you're making a zillion things.
Right.
You can smell that right there.
Is this the hot
Oh, it just hit that hot butter. Oh my goodness.
And then I found a great truffle salt when I was skiing in Breckenridge, Colorado, and I use it on everything. Popcorn, but this is my garlic mashed potatoes with truffle salt. So
Oh my
good.
gosh.
Isn't
And
that delicious?
That is a truffle punch in the mouth. I love that.
In a good way. We have to say though, because people hear truffles, they're like, oh, it's gonna be expensive. It's a lot. That jar of truffle salt carries you so far. You get $500 worth of truffle flavor for the price of a latte. It's really, it goes a long way here. And I
definitely get it too. It's
nice,
good.
hearty, delicious. And then we've got our own mashed potato bar. We've got
Wait, I gotta try it hot like
Yes.
this, because I have to vouch for you all.
Do you want to?
With cheese, try the truffle salt.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
Isn't that good though? Just, yeah. And the garlic.
That little hint of garlic.
I know.
And it makes me really happy that you're like, I'm gonna make the whole thing from scratch, but you can still use the minced garlic from the jar. Don't go crazy.
Very nice.
Exactly.
Don't worry, you guys.
Good. Oh,
This special formula that Vanessa just shared, we are, of course, going to share it on the Dish on Oz Instagram and on DrOz.com. So now here's my question. This tastes like comfort food to me, and of course, it's perfect for the holidays coming up. Is this the kind of thing you eat before a performance, or is there like some good luck food you eat?
No, I mean, I'm singing and dancing, so I keep it light. Usually some soup or maybe some crackers and some dip or something. But one time I was on the way to the theater, had a matinee, and driving in from Westchester to Manhattan, and there was a hot dog stand on the side of the road. I said, oh, just can you pull over quick so I can just grab a hot dog. Of course, my favorite was just sauerkraut and mustard. Eat it, get dressed, and at this time I'm doing Kiss of the Spider Woman, which is basically bodysuits, feathers.
Oh, look at this picture. Oh, wow. Amazing.
And I was just going to ask you what's your favorite role, because I still have the playbill from that movie.
Do you really?
That
Do you
play,
really? Well,
girl, your body was over.
on that particular day, though,
Yes.
I would not recommend having a hot dog before
Well,
you get into
no hot
bodysuit.
dog.
What happened?
Well, the stomach started grumbling. I was like, oh, this is a bad idea.
It's a rumble in the jungle.
I made it through the show, but I'll never do it again.
Oh, there you go. She's a lady. She's a lady. I love it.
I love it. I want to taste that.
And so you make this whole cute bar. I like this too. This is a nice thing for at the holidays
I'm
too.
done ricing the potatoes.
Oh.
Where you come from?
Come on.
I've been working the whole time. You guys are talking about Broadway shows here.
Oh,
You know,
okay, no, go for the good ones.
Let me go for the good ones.
Try it. Yeah.
There we
go.
I'll taste it. Look you. Oh. No, that's good. Listen, in honor of having a bona fide Broadway star making potatoes on the dish, I had an idea. What if the leads of all these wonderful plays were played by potatoes?
Okay.
This is my top 5 list. Are you ready?
Oh, boy.
Top 5 list of Broadway shows. Again, the leads are potatoes. There's Phantom of the Tatara. See what I did there?
Okay, not your best work. We're getting there.
It's getting better. How to succeed in business without really frying.
Yeah, good. That's it.
You're a good man, Hash Brown. I love a good pun, but these are my favorites. Are you ready? Oh, wait for it.
Wait for it.
Oklahoma Fry. But the winner by far, you all gonna love this, Yamilton. Eat your heart out, David Letterman. Eat it out.
I love it. You guys are going to put the recipe for Vanessa's perfect loaded mashed potatoes on DrOz.com and of course DrOz.com/thedish. We're one step closer to our perfect chicken dinner, but we can't forget about those greens when we get back. Jamaica is making her creamed spinach. It is so indulgent. You need to make it.
And she's dressed in green.
There you go.
Inside the scariest house on the block.
I hear footsteps coming up behind me.
And what we uncover
You feel chairs moving somewhere in the house?
will shock you. All New Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow.
We're back with a Dish on Oz and winner chicken dinner. That's what we're feasting all on, right? So all that's left to do is to add a little bit of green stuff, which I love green. I love the outfit in green, but I love the things that taste great that are green as well. Jamaica's whipping up some creamed spinach with garlic and herb breadcrumbs. Oh, dish to details.
I know you were all excited about leafy greens. I bring the fun for you. Okay. So yes, we have to complete our meal with our vegetables. So it's creamed spinach. You can see here, I've already started with a little milk, and I've created a roux, and that's equal parts flour and butter. So that kind of thickens things up. And then to add just that extra oomph, I don't know, you look away because...
What is that?
We gotta add a little
Oh,
cream cheese.
come on, it's not a little cream cheese. I'm looking here.
Some cream cheese. Now let me tell you.
Can I look? Let me know.
You can look. It's okay. It's okay. Breathe. It's okay. And you can even do reduced fat cream cheese if that makes you feel better. What that does, you don't have to do as much reducing down with your bechamel sauce or your cream sauce because the cream cheese instantly thickens it up, gives it a lot of body and richness, and you can even do flavored cream cheese if you like to. So little herbs and garlic in there. Season it up just a bit. And then we're doing the spinach, and you can even do frozen kale too, and you'll defrost it, let it drain out, squeeze out some of that liquid, because you don't want too much of the liquid in there, because then you're making cream spinach soup. We don't want that.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. So yes, we'll pour that in, thank you. And once you mix that all together, this is how I like to finish the dish, because we just want to add a little bit of love to it. This is grated nutmeg, fresh nutmeg, y'all. When you put that in there, you kind of mix it all together, it's just like a little kiss of flavor. It just kind of brings everything alive. It makes it warm and homey. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is like so amazing. And all it was grated nutmeg, y'all. That's all it was. Yes. So yeah, so you let all of that come together. And this is what it looks like here. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. And this is the only way my mom could get me to eat spinach, was to add lots of cream and everything to it. So if you're like me, just add like
and use it as a dip too?
You could. You could.
Oh, you just blew the lid off.
You could.
Oh my God.
And just for a little bit of texture, we're gonna do it a little slow. So you gotta bring that in.
What about your baby girl? Will she eat the spinach?
My baby girl, no, she eats nothing. My baby girl's the worst. All she wants to do is eat plain rice and pizza. So yes, I went to culinary school just to make plain white rice and pizza. There you go. Yes.
She's 3.
She's 3. I hope she eats more.
What about spinach on the pizza?
Ooh, spinach pizza.
If you hide the green, will she get into it then?
You hide it, that way she can't see it.
And you know, every time I think I outsmart her, she's gonna go in there and pick it all off. There'll be a pile of spinach.
We're not gonna give up.
Yes, I appreciate all. If you have information, write in. Tell me something, because I can't feed my baby. She just won't eat anything. But we can all feast on this.
Yeah, you're feeding us today.
I mean,
try this chicken dinner. I've been getting after this roll-up, this cheesy chicken roll-up.
So good.
Oh, and it's just the right amount of, like, this is, you know, we got creamy spinach, we got creamy mashed potatoes, we got cheesy chicken. We are not skimping today.
Beautiful. Come on.
Now, before we go.
This is like the perfect plate. Yeah, but isn't it? It's the perfect plate.
Isn't this called Winner Winner Chicken Dinner? Don't you think we should have somebody win something?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone in the audience was given an egg on the way in. One of them has little chickens inside. So I want you guys to get your egg and open them up and see, let's see who has the the chickens.
Where's our winner?
Go ahead, open up.
Open them up. Who's got the chicken? Who's got the chicken on the inside?
Oh, the chicken, stand up.
They're opening. Winner. Who's the winner? Where are they? Open it up.
No.
No chicken. No chickens. No chickens.
Nobody has the chickens.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I won. No, I'm kidding. There are no chickens?
Wait a minute.
Oh. What? Where's she? We have a winner. We have a winner. All right.
To dinner at one of the best spots for chicken in New York, Le Coq Rico.
Nice. It's delicious. This restaurant is amazing. They make a million different kinds of chicken. You are going to love this. Enjoy your chicken dinner. And everybody else here needs to make this chicken dinner at home. This is delicious.
The Dishers crew will be back next week with a new twist on the hot, cheesy sandwiches that you all love. We'll see you next time. Woo.